Are the days of dollar dominance coming to an end? And if so, what is going to replace it? Well, the fact is a new global reserve currency is coming. One that could unseat the dominance of the US dollar and bring in what is effectively a new world order. And no, I'm not talking about Bitcoin here, although I do have a very important message for you about Bitcoin at the end of the video, so do make sure you listen to that. Watch the video the whole way through. This video is about the BRICS currency, which after many years of discussion may finally be getting close to becoming a reality. My name's Lark. I make videos on investing. If you like that topic, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give that thumbs up button some love too. And of course, if you're not signed up to the Wealth Mastery newsletter yet, you got to check it out. Absolutely value-packed crypto investor report, and it's free. Sign up down below. Quick disclaimer as well, you don't have to love what's happening with this BRICS currency topic, and I know some people are going to have very strong political opinions on the countries that are doing this, as well as the virtue of the continued dollar dominance in the world. That's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about a very real trend of economics and a real potential for a changing world order, which I see as taking place, and its implications for investors. So ignore this topic at your peril. Let's dive in. And I want to start with a brief history of how the dollar started its decline, because it sabotaged itself essentially. And this infographic here really sums up all the key points. It all started back in 1913 with the introduction of the Federal Reserve, which allowed for the US government to basically much more easily manipulate the money supply. That's when the printing started and then the devaluation started. In 1933, Roosevelt criminalized the possession of gold. Boo. In 1971, Nixon removed the gold standard from the dollar. Beginning of the end. Essentially removing any real value behind the dollar, making it just worthless garbage paper with perceived value. By the time the big QE programs of money printing began in 2008, the dollar had already lost the vast majority of its value. In 2020, a further $3.8 trillion was printed, representing 20% of all dollars ever created in history. To date, the dollar has lost 99% of its value against gold, as well as 99% of its value against Bitcoin and 99% of its purchasing power. The dollar, the original shitcoin. But in spite of those numbers, the dollar has risen to become the global reserve currency, mainly due to its deal with Saudi Arabia to trade oil for dollars, creating the petrodollar and a global importance for the currency. But the days of the dollar's #1 position could be under threat from the BRICS nations. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. 5 major developing economies with over 3 billion people that account for over 40% of the world's population and just over a quarter of the global GDP. Well, they proposed a new currency. And by the way, 5 new countries have applied to be members to the BRICS group. Egypt with its booming population, Saudi Arabia and Iran with their oil, Turkey and Argentina as well. And these new members would give BRICS massive influence in global oil markets, in global food markets. And most importantly to this discussion, BRICS have proposed a new global reserve currency for all of the world's biggest emerging economies. We are well and truly heading towards a new world order. You see, normally, the United States is a member of and a major donor to and a lead partner in every major multilateral organization and development bank in the world. But the BRICS group and the BRICS Bank is in many ways an anti-dollar alliance. While the alliance has been discussing launching a new reserve currency for a few years now, the fact is the unprecedented response by Western nations and Western-led financial organizations against Russia was the shot heard around the financial world. The dollar-led system can no longer be trusted. Countries like China, countries like India, and others have been shown very clearly by what was done to Russia that their foreign exchange reserves sitting in dollars, they are not safe, they cannot be trusted, they can be confiscated at any time by the USA, and that these countries can be cut off from the international financial system almost overnight, just like happened to Russia. A potential BRICS global reserve currency would actually be made up of a basket of member country currencies, potentially even assets like gold or oil backing it as well. It'd be used primarily for trade and reserve functions, and it would not actually be a day-to-day money within member states. By the way, BRICS is also establishing a joint payment network to cut reliance on the Western financial system, which is a direct competitor to SWIFT and really a big deal for finance. But we must also remember that challenging the USA, the World Bank, the IMF, Wall Street, and really the entire Western financial apparatus, that's no easy task, man. They are well funded and do not want to lose their position. We did have China recently as well, floating a proposal for free trade amongst the BRICS members, which would provide a major boost to this proposed currency as well as the national currencies of all players involved, especially considering the dominance of current members and future potential members in global manufacturing, in global food production, in global oil production, and of course, their booming populations in developing economies. Many of these countries will continue to experience faster economic growth than the advanced economies are experiencing right now, as they have over the past decade. We already have that proof, and the trends look to continue that direction, thus continuing the shift of relative economic wealth and power away from the USA. The true shift would happen when members start demanding non-members for the BRICS group to pay in the BRICS reserve currency in order to purchase goods like oil and food from member states. That would be crazy. The world is already starting to de-dollarize as well. Since 1999, the percentage of global dollar forex reserves has actually fallen from 70% down to 59%. And BRICS members have actually been purchasing huge quantities of gold as they seek to de-dollarize their economies. I'm looking at the trend here. The USA, unbelievably in debt. Dollar dominance, while strong, is waning. Meanwhile, BRICS countries and potential future members are seeing massive economic growth. They want to cut out their own path in the world. They don't want to have their futures dictated from Washington. And here's the thing about a BRICS reserve currency you need to know, though. I truly believe this will be a situation of new boss, same as the old boss. Another currency controlled by central banks and unrepresentative governments that don't give a damn about you. Another currency that'll just be manipulated and printed and be generally garbage. And while I can see a shifting global world order, the trends moving in that direction, that does not mean I'm rooting for the BRICS currency to take over. I think we as humans deserve much better. We deserve Bitcoin as a global reserve currency. You know, I live in New Zealand, but I don't particularly attach my identity to a geographic location. I see myself as a citizen of the world, and I believe that we as humans, we share so much more in common than the crap that divides us. In fact, I believe that the division in society primarily benefits the global elites, the very people who want to keep their financial positions. But we're busy fighting each other over political affiliations or team sports, right? They're robbing us blind, man, with money printing and insider deals and disgusting corruption of all the political elites. Inflation's going crazy, destroying people's lives. Bitcoin is hope for everyone. Bitcoin is probably the only truly free and neutral, most importantly, neutral money in the world. I don't want to opt out of the US dollar-led world just to opt into the BRICS-led world just because I see that trend is coming. That's not what I want. I want to opt out of the corrupt fiat system altogether. This is why Bitcoin, a currency that is truly global, censorship resistant, and available to anyone, anywhere. Something that's neutral on your race, your nationality, your political opinions, and everything else. Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin is the money of freedom, and fiat is the money of slavery. It's that damn simple. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. Let me know what you have to say about all this down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.